What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Architect Nice in the building, man. If you see the title of this video, you know what's about to happen. Alright, so it all started with us going to Walmart or whatever. Like, I wasn't driving. You know, at the time, it was me, my girl, and my sister and her 2-year-old daughter or whatever. So we get to the Walmart parking lot and we get out the car, and as she getting her daughter, I'm hearing noises or whatever. Like, I'm hearing people arguing, or I'm hearing people speaking loud. So I paid no attention to it at first, and then it kept going. So then I looked to see where it came from, and they're looking at us or whatever. So then I look on the other side of me to see who he talking to or whatever. And so my girl asked, "Yo, are they talking to us?" So I look back at them, and they flick us off. And so we all like, "Oh, they're speaking to us." So I said, "Okay, bet." So we walk toward them as they walking toward the line at Walmart, because, you know, it's a big line outside, you know, due to COVID, you know, thing or whatever. So we walk toward them, and they ask, "Yo, like, what's the problem?" Meanwhile, like, so apparently they're arguing because I guess one of us cut him off or whatever, but I didn't know because I wasn't driving, and, you know, half the time that we were driving, I was looking down on my phone, so I didn't pay it no attention or whatever. So then they started arguing or whatever. Like, they started going back and forth about, "Yo, you can't drive," and, "Yo, you can't see," and so I butt in and I'm like, "Yo, like, are y'all trying to ask for a fight, yes or no?" And so they didn't say anything after that. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, so they don't want to fight." So then my girl and her sister, they're going back and forth with them again, and now the argument goes inside the store now. So I'm like, "Y'all, like, let's go, man. Let's leave them alone. They don't want to do anything. Like, it's whatever. Like, let's go." So we go our separate ways. They go their separate ways, whatever, right? So about like 2 minutes later, or whatever, we go past the electronics, and we run into him again. So then now the argument is still popping off about the same thing, talking about we cut them off over there, saying stupid shit or whatever. So, okay, so now they're calling names. They're talking about you should go back where you came from or whatever. So then I had on a Black Lives Matter mask, whatever, right? So as they're walking away, he said, y'all take y'all Black Lives Matter bullshit back to where y'all came from." So I walked toward them with the mask on. So his girl pulls out her phone and starts recording, and then he pulls out his phone and starts recording. So then, hey, and so he said, "Yo, if you touch me, I'm telling the cops." So then I grab his phone and I tell him, "Yo, if I see you or catch you outside of this fucking store, I'm gonna beat the phone across your fucking face, you fucking dweeb," and then threw his phone at him. So then I walk away from him after that, and then like 5-10 minutes later, the cops show up, and then and so they ask us like what happened, and so I don't say anything. Like, I let the girls speak or whatever. They speak or whatever about what happened, and talk about how, you know, how they were instigating as soon as we parked or whatever. So yeah, so they were instigating. So then we got to the electronics part, and so they're getting her story from us, and they're getting her story from the employees that saw it, and then they're getting the story from the other people that we got into it with. So then they asked us if we wanted to press charges. I said no, we don't want to press charges. So they asked the store manager if he wanted to press charges, and he said no. We just want him out the store. So then they asked the white folks if they wanted to press charges, and initially they said yeah. And then he shows them that he has like a small cut in between his thumb and an index finger. I'm saying, they crying over a fucking cut or whatever, right? So then he shows them the video of them recording from the time that we approached them outside to the time that, well, his girl was recording the entire thing or whatever. So They recorded everything we all said. So then he came up with so at first they had wanted to press charges, right? And so and then he said, well, if you want to press charges, then everybody is gonna end up getting arrested because y'all can antagonize it too. But then like 5 minutes later, the cops came to me and said that they saw the video and they said that if they end up pressing charges, you're gonna get the heavier charge because you end up taking his phone. And even though you didn't keep the phone, the fact of the matter is that you still took the phone. And so that's something with property or whatever. And I'm like, over a phone that I didn't break his phone. I didn't throw his phone nowhere. I took his phone and then gave it back to him. Now I slammed it on his chest, but I didn't break his phone. So I'm like, yeah. So they're like, yeah, like we were blessed that I guess we were blessed that they didn't go through with the charges because I would have had to spend like a few days in jail or whatever until everything got resolved. Like they're gonna put me in jail for a few days for taking a phone that I didn't keep. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, and who's definitely gonna fight too. And you know what I hate the most? Like I hate when people start antagonizing you or whatever. Like they'll say shit to you, and then as they're walking away, they'll continue to talk. But when you approach them, now all of a sudden they pull their phone out because they scared, they nervous, whatever. So I think it was corny on their part to call the cops either way because they started it or whatever. I feel like, but that's the story. Hope y'all enjoy, man. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Peace out on the next one.